Hello, good morning. This is Rob Costa for Card Game Expert, and today I'm going to be looking at the history of Grixis in Modern. Grixis is one hell of a ride. Grixis means the color combination of black, red, and blue. And yeah, there have been a ton of lists. Sometimes where it was good, sometimes where it was bad, sometimes it was just plain unplayable. And yeah, all in all, people have been trying to make this work since the start of the format. So we start off in 2011 with Jonas Zimmerman. And this is the first Grixis list that I could find. I know it's playing Grove of the Burn Willows and like one Life from the Loam in the sideboard. I know it does, but for the rest, this is just a Grixis deck, so let's go, shall we? We have, in the old list of cards here, Desperate Ravings, 4 of them. Just draw 2 cards at the end of turn. Good enough back then. 4 Spell Snare, Burn was a thing. Inquisition of Kozilek, Lightning Bolt. Like, this is just a bunch of highly efficient cards that also see play in Legacy. And then to win the game, you get like 2 Damnations to kill the creatures, some cryptic commands for value. And you get Cruel Ultimate. Cruel Ultimatum saw play in Modern back in the day, which is great. I love this card. It's so cool. The other thing this deck is doing, and this is the only list you'll see doing this, because, oh, well, there's another one, but you'll see in a second. We're playing Grove of the Burn Willows. Come on. Because it gives an opponent 1 life, so we can get back Punishing Fire. And because you want Punishing Fire from the graveyard, Desperate Ravings becomes a lot better. So you can like discard cast Desperate Ravings, discard Punishing Fire, get it back with Grove from the Burn Willows. But yeah, Punishing Fire got banned, so yeah, no, not happening anymore. So that's the first list I could find, and as you can tell, it's from before the Punishing Fire ban. So yeah, this is the second list that I found. This is from the actual same day. Both of these lists are from the 29th of November of 2011. And yeah, these lists are just way too similar to not be worked on together. There's no way you accidentally get the same mana base and the same number of Punishing Fires and stuff. So these 2 guys, Michael Filler and Jonathan, have worked together. Jonas Zimmerman have worked together. And good for them. They got second and first place on the Modern tourney in, I don't know where this was, but they got second and first place, so good for them. This sideboard, as you saw in the other list, there was a Wormcoil Engine, but yeah, Life from the Loam, Agent Grudge, some Death Marks, Tectonic Edge just to kill lands, a Thoughtseize, just more discard, Ancient Spell Pierce, Dispel, and the Battle Skull, the other list. I'll pull it back up. So, come on. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, actual factual Doomblade in here, which is really cool. But for the rest, like a lot of the same stuff, and 1 Wormcoil Engine in here. So that's it for 2011. Then in 2012, we got absolutely no Grixis. I couldn't find anything except for user submitted decks. So if someone knows a Grixis deck from 2012, definitely let me know. And yeah, on 20th of December in 2011, Punishing Fire was banned. So in 2013, we see another Grixis list that I could find. This is just the first list that I could find from that year. So this is 2013 list by Bfizz. It's just from a random modern tournament, and yeah, this is a Mystical Teachings deck. So Grixis is trying to find its new identity, going for Mystical Teachings. Mystical Teachings is one of the sweetest cards ever, so very happy to see this. Also, 4 Electrolyze just makes me smile. I got really happy when I saw this list, because it looks like a ton of fun. For the rest, Spell Snare still here, Bolt, Magma Spray, Mana Leak, Snapcaster. Like, this is all pretty standard. Think Twice is really cool. I played a ton of this card when I just started. For those of you who don't know, I started with Time Spiral, so Think Twice was the first ever instant speed draw spell I played. And I enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun with it. Really like it. A Pyroclasm in here. And 1 Shadow of Doubt. Probably for memes. Vendilion Click in there as well. 1 Damnation. Mystical Teachings, as I already meant. 1 Battle Skull. 1 Consume the Meek. Because this is an instant speed Wrath of God, which is really cool with Mystical Teachings. And we have Cruel Ultimatum again here, because it's just the best finisher in these colors. Well, it was in 2013. So in the sideboard, we have Godo Bandit Warlord to get a Battle Skull, because I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, this looks absolutely atrocious to me. If someone can explain this one to me, please do, because I really looked and I really just tried to find it, but I did not see why you would run Godo Bandit Water. Just getting Batterskull can't be enough in my opinion. Anyway, Teferi, Mage of Salfir, Sowing Salt for Tron and stuff, Shadow Storm for Affinity, Anger of the Gods makes an appearance, Counterflux, Storm was just real big back then, Devour Flash for Tarmogoyf, or probably Emrakul as well, just Devour Flash for really big things mostly. Thoughtseize. Oh, this is good against Boggles, that's why it's here, it's good against Boggles. Devour Flash gets around Hexproof, that's why this is here. Took me a second, but I got there. Spell Sky, Rakdos Charm for Twin, obviously. Pyroclasm, Thoughtseize. So yeah, that's a 2013 list. And then we get to... let's see here. Oh, another 2013 list. And this is where you can really see that the lists all vary greatly. And that's one of the things with Grixis. Like, every list I found was just wildly different. They do have some things in common, like there's Electrolyze again, there's Cryptic Command again, Inquisition again, Bolt again, Serenfish, like those things are always there. But this is a Jace Balerion and Liliana of the Veil based deck, and these cards are just very mid-range grindy. So gone are the Cruel Ultimatums, and in are the 3 mana Planeswalkers, which, well, to be honest, is probably good, because Cruel Ultimatum, while really cool, definitely a 7 mana spell. And Liliana of the Veil, definitely just really powerful, even though these days it's kind of getting outclassed, but Liliana of the Veil dominated Modern for years. Once again, we see the Damnations and the Cyborg. We see the Batterskull still there. This is just, you need some big creature against burn and you need to gain life. We have a Pithing Needle in here for other Planeswalkers. Nihil Spellbomb for graveyard decks. Elixir of Immortality, which is just 3 mana, gain 5 life. This can beat burn. It can do that. And Brittle Effigy is just exile target creature for 5 mana. And yeah, I can just imagine people looking at this and be like, was this playable? Yeah, Modern was a wild place in 2013. Like the 4th Lightning Bolt in the sideboard because of reasons. Like, I can't imagine why this just isn't in the main, but sure. Grim Lava Monster 3 times, the Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Mana Leak Negate. Like, this is all pretty standard for the rest. So that's for 2013. Then we get to 2014, where we have VFS. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Who won a premiere event on the 29th of March in 2014. And this is, yeah, another list where I'm like, yeah, this very instant speed based, but still not really getting any identity besides being Grixis. So we have 4 Electrolyze again for Cryptic Command. Cruel Ultimatum is back. Sure, why not? Consume the Meek is here again. Mana Leak, Snapcaster, I think it was Shadow of Doubt, Terminate, like this is the most 4-off list I ever found. I spent like an actual like 4 to 5 hours researching this stuff, because man, are there a lot of lists. Yeah, but this is the latest Cruel Control version I could find, so very happy to include it. VFS did very well with it. Yeah, probably just a very burn-heavy meta in 2014, because 4 Spell Snare just signals burn to me and Tarmogoyf. Mana Leak, Electrolyze, Cryptic Command, as I said. Terminate, Shadow of Doubt. I think the Shadow of Doubt is kind of... I don't know what to think about Shadow of Doubt. On the one hand, it's like, oh, it's such a meme. On the other hand, it can be super powerful. So, very swingy card, which might be what Grixis needs these days. Cyborg, Duress, Thoughtseize, just more discard for combo decks, Terminate for creature decks, Counterflux for Storm, Anger, Sowing Salt for Tron, Teferi and Engineered Explosives in there. So this is like the most standard list I could find, but you'll see some wild ones in here. So we get to 2015, where we have, let's see, which one should I start with? Yep, this is the one I should start with. Oh, come on, come on. Yeah, so here we have Lord Morpeth deck. And as you can tell, this is already getting kind of wild. So we have 5 of the creature lands. So 5 tap lands. And the Deprived. This is a brave choice. Not kidding. The one thing that could be really cool is like Creeping Tar Pit, activate, attack, they try to destroy it, you deprive it, but you're kind of double countering it then, because you're bringing back the land and countering the spell. But I know, there's some telling times in here, which is just wild. Like, what? What's going on? Why are we running telling time? What's going on here? 2 Spell Snare, 2 Thoughtseize, 3 Lightning Bolt again, 1 Electrolyze, Damnation, Cryptic Command. Like, this is all pretty standard. Jace Architect of Thought is in here as well. Jace the Mind Sculptor just wasn't legal. And then we get to the really wild stuff for this list. So we have one of my favorite cards of all time, Keranos, God of Storms. Good God, do I love this card. It's so cool. You sit there, do nothing, draw cards, and bolt some stuff. It's great. Definitely highly recommend playing this one. We have Jace's Ingenuity, which is just 5 mana, 3, draw 3 at instant speed. And we have Opportunity. And Opportunity is just 6 mana, draw 4 at instant speed. And for those of you who don't know, in M14, Opportunity was a first pick. Like, you picked it over most of the rares in draft, but we're not talking drafts. But yeah, I love that draw format. It's like, I opened an opportunity, let's go. Anyway, Logic not making an appearance as well, just a Delve spell. Delve spells are really good. We'll see a lot of them in this video. Yeah, so 4 Terminate and a bunch of draw spells, some Cryptic Commands, lots of counter spells. The one thing that you can kind of tell is the amount of counter spells is always between like 6 to 9-ish, is usually where they're at. Like in this deck we have 2 Spell Snare, 2 Mana Leak, and 1 Deprive, that's 5 plus 3, 8 counter spells in here. The other lists have like, yeah, 8 to 11 is kind of where it's at. Then for the sideboard we have Consume the Meek again, Engineered Explosive, Sowing Soul, Night of Souls Betrayal. This is for Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls just absolutely destroys this deck. I'll show it as well. Lingering Souls. Give me a sec here. Carbon. So that's Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls actually destroyed the mid-range decks of the format. Yeah, they just all really died to Lingering Souls. And yeah, Lingering Souls was just really good. Also, let's see, 3 Dragon Claw for burn, Rakdos Charm for all sorts of nonsense. And we have 1 Slay here. And yeah, this is just for Tarmogoyf. That's it, just Tarmogoyf. It was just that common. So you wanted it... Because well, against Junt, you're like 1 for 1 you, 1 for 1 you, and they're doing the same thing, like 1 for 1 you, 1 for 1 you. And then you go like Slay, and that Tarmogoyf dies, and they lose their board, and you draw a card, and now you're just wildly ahead, especially if you get the Snapcaster it back as well. So yeah, that's what Slay is doing there. Then the next one, we have Michael Majors in 2015. Who, let's see, what did he do again? I have like a ton of notes on this one, so forgive me if sometimes I fall quiet for a bit. On August 22nd on 2015, Michael Majors did well in an SCG Modern Open in Charlotte, playing Grixis, and yeah, this is just a very effective list. Like, this is a list where you can see like Tasigur coming around, Kolaghan's Command happening, just no Cryptic Commands is the one thing that I really noticed here. 4 Jace Prince Prodigy, excuse me, 4 Lightning Bolt, 4 Inquisition, 2 Thought Scour, 2 Spell Snare. Just this list is just mana efficient. You have like a bunch of 1-drops, some 2-drops, and 3-drops, and that's it. And then your late game is just Snapcaster Mage with Kolaghan's Command, and just grind them out and just Jace. Like, this is a deck that's highly focused on the early game. And mana efficiency is the name of the game. You'll definitely, when you get to like 2020 Modern, 2021 Modern, mana efficiency is just king. If you don't have to pay mana, you're just better off. So I bought 3 Dispel, 2 Dragon's Claw, 2 Spellskite, 2 Pyroclasm, 3 Molten Rain because everybody loves Tron, Nile Spellbomb, and a Thoughtseize. So yeah, just highly mana efficient, and first Grixis deck that I could find that did not have Cryptic Command in it. But that'll get fixed soon. 2015 also meant the first good finish for Corey Burkhardt. That's a name you'll hear a lot in this video. Yeah, Corey Burkhardt is also known as the Grixis guy. And yeah, he played a crap ton of Grixis. So this is the first time he did well. It's in 2015 in GP Pittsburgh. It's on the 22nd of November. He did well with Grixis, and this is just a very mana efficient list as well. I think he looked at Michael Major's deck list. I can hardly imagine him not looking at it, because Kolaghan's Command here as well, Cryptic Command's gone as well, 2 Tasigur, Jace is here as well. I think this list is highly inspired by Michael Major's list. It definitely looks the part, at least. But yeah, just mana efficiency, king of the hill. And we have one Rise-Fall in here. Let's see if I can get a better look at this. Not really. Nah, it won't really let me do it. Anyway, this is Rise. Return target creature card from a graveyard and target creature on the battlefield to their owner's hands. And Fall. The target player reveals 2 cards at random from their hand. Then discard each non-land card revealed this way. So this is like a value spell on Rise, and for Fall, it's just a worse Hymn to Turok. But yeah, we don't get Hymn to Turok in Modern, so yeah, Rise Fall it is. Also, there's a Piankir and a Lara in here, just a mid-range value thing against John mostly. Let's see, then the sideboard, 4 Fulminator Mage and the Molten Rain. Yeah, Tron was big at the time. Glendalandra Archmage. Tribute to Hunger. I love this card. If you Google my username, you'll find that I played this to a top 8 finish as well. So I love this card a lot. Vandal Blast, Spell Snare, Dispel. Tribute to Hunger, obviously for Bogles again. And Gaining Life is just great against Burn as well. Is it started casted for like Lingering Souls mostly? Okay, so that's that. Then we go to 2016, I believe. Let's see, I had all of those. Oh no, one more 2015 list. And I picked up this list because it's the list that's it's also just a very much a John deck, but we have a bunch of Gitaxian Probes in here to enable Tasigur and Gurmag Angler. And this is the most towards Grixis Death Shadow that I'll go in this video. This is definitely the first steps towards Grixis Death Shadow. But I'm gonna make my own or a separate video on Grixis Death Shadow and Death Shadow in general. So I wanted to point it out because I know people would otherwise comment on it. But yeah, I did find this one and it'll get its own video. Anyway, Gurmag Angler here, Tasigur, Liliana, definitely just mana efficiency again. If you put this on the curve, it's like 27 1-drops. And yeah, and no counter spells as well, so very grindy. Sideboard, Vandal Blast, Dark Blast, 4 Dispel, Slaughter Pact, Spells Guide, Static Caster, and Yurubai Murklurker. This is just Grixis' answer to Burn, and now we all have a Burn matchup in Grixis. I can tell you we didn't. We still died horribly, all of us did. So Engineered Explosives as well, but I'm not gonna go too deep on this one because it's definitely getting mentioned in the Death Shadow video. So then we get to 2016, which is where Grixis control really took off. Like 2015 was the first year where it did really well. In 2016 got Corey Burkhardt a boatload of finishes, and we have him playing Ancestral Vision here. 4 of them, because this got unbanned in 2016, and yeah, 1 mana, draw 3, how can you not? So yeah, lots of cantrips in here, 4 Serum Visions, 4 Ancestral Vision. Some Spell Snare, Thought Scour in here as well to fuel Tasigur and Snapcaster Mage. There's a Dreadbore in here, a Negate in the main deck, Remand, Lightning Bolt, Terminate, Kolaghan's Command. So this is definitely just a Cryptic Command and Kolaghan's Command deck. Just a bunch of commands, keep Snapcastering them back, value everywhere. So that's what this deck is trying to do. For the sideboard, we have Slaughter Games, Crypt Incursion, Anger of the Gods, Static Caster, Fulminator Mage, and just more potential answers to Burn. Like Grixis Control has very consistently had a terrible Burn matchup. Just your mana base is super demanding, very painful, lots of damage from it. Yeah, so you take a lot of damage, and obviously you're very slow, which is just a recipe to get destroyed by Burn. But to be fair, the Tasigur did help with it. Tasigur definitely can kill Burn on time. And then we have Corey Burkhardt again, because he did well again. He went on a massive tear. Like, even if he wasn't playing just Grixis, his winning streak was very impressive, but he just went on a massive tear in 2015 to 17. So let's see, we have here his 2nd place finish at, gotta look it up, GP Dallas, and he lost to Scred in the finals, because he got Blood Moon. That's basically what happened. And this is just Kolaghan's Command, Cryptic Command, Tasigur again, and this looks like a lot of people were consistently playing these kind of decks. But it's basically just him finishing very well with it again and again and again. And this is a good deck. I've played a ton of this as well. I've played this exact list at an open before. I did less good than he did, which is a shame. I would have liked to do better, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is just the most of a concession towards a complete list that Grixis got. It's just a bunch of cryptic commands, Kolaghan's command, Terminate, Tasigur, Serum Visions, Ancestral Vision. Yeah, so this is a shell that you'll see a lot of. Then we get to the sideboard, Dispel, Surgical Extraction, 3 of them, Dredge was a thing, Fulminator Mage, Damnation, Engineer Explosion. Like all of these are getting pretty obvious, so definitely just a concise list coming through here. Then we go to Michael Majors' list in 2016 as well, which is just a bit different. We have a Goblin Dark Dwellers in here, together with an Ancestral Vision. So what happens here is you suspend the Ancestral Vision, and just, yeah, wait your 4 turns, draw 3, play Goblin Dark Dwellers, draw 3 again, because yes, this does work the way you want it to. So that's what this list is trying to do. Also trying to do it a lot of times with Kolaghan's command. And there's some Tasigurs in here as well. You just need the early game. But the one thing this list does very well is play like a bunch of Kalitas. And make sure that you actually get to survive against burn. Oh, this is actually the wrong Kalitas, I believe. Yeah, this is definitely the wrong Kalitas. Oopsie poopsie. Just give me a sec. Kalitas. I'll pull up the right one, just give me a second. Let's see, is it this one? No, this one. This is the one I meant. Yep, so he's playing a bunch of Kalitas, Traitor of Get, and this is just a way to have a good burn matchup. Just, yeah, make sure that you get to gain life, have a threat. Yeah, gaining life is just super important against burn. And this list is also being very creative and using one Dark Blast. Because Dredge 3 really helps with getting Tasigur going, with getting Kolaghan's command going, with getting Snapcaster going. So the Dark Blast is really inventive and innovative as well. So yeah, definitely a really cool addition to the deck. Let's see, mana base, yeah, nothing special. Like the mana bases, while very painful, are also very much the same over the years. So sideboard, Slaughter Pact, Vandal Blast, like creature kill, dispels, negates, Thoughtseize, Seal of Fire, Anger. Sideboards in Modern are very consistently the same thing because you need to counter the same things. Let's see, then 2016 also brought us a random Drooler who got a Mox Open Top 8 on the 24th of July. And this is just another way to play Grixis. Gone are the Kolaghan's commands and in are 4 Liliana of the Veil. The Tasigur is still here. Kalitas just the one off, 1 PNK. 2 Drabor, 3 Terminate, and now we have 4 Dark Confidence. So this is a very Junt-like list. This is just a blue Junt deck. And this is really one of the big problems that Grixis just had over the has had over the years. It's just there is never like, should we be a mid-range deck? Should we be an aggressive deck? Should we be a counterspell deck? Should we be fully instant speed? Should we be sorcery speed? Like, you don't know. Everybody's doing something different. And so this gets us a Dark Confident list. And you can tell this is just a Junt list. We have Seal of Fire, Lightning Bolt, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Dark Confident, Terminate, Liliana of the Veil. Like, these are all just Junty cards. So yeah, definitely just a blue Junt deck. Sideboard, Leyland, 2 Leyland. This made me laugh so hard. I saw the 2 Leyland and I was like, yeah, that's gotta be the most consistent thing on the planet. Yeah, so 2 Leyland of the Void. Sure, man, if you have the slots, why not? I mean, this deck doesn't want to run Relic, but yeah, 2 Leyland just made me laugh. Some Surgical, Thoughtseize, Negate, Hurkyl's Recall. Sure, like, this is all pretty obvious. But yeah, they did well in the Mox Open, so good for them. And let's see, that gets us to 2017. Let's see which one I need to take first. Okay, yeah, this one. So this is Magician 15's deck, and they won the Mox, the Magic Online Championships. And yeah, Magician 15 is well, Corey Burkhardt again, so you can recognize the list. It's definitely a work of his. There's 2 Counter Squall in here this time, 4 Ancestral Vision still here, Snapcaster Mage, Kolaghan's Command, Cryptic. Like, this is very similar to what he played last year as well. So yeah, Cryptic, Tasigur, Engineered Explosives. And I think this is actually one of the most powerful version of the Grixis deck we've ever had with like the Tasigurs in it and stuff. Like, there's a Lurrus deck coming up and stuff that's just really different, but like of this style of deck. I think this is just one of the more powerful versions. And then we go to sideboard. Yeah, look, this is just the same thing. Like Jace the Mind Sculptor wasn't legal. Engineered Explosive, Fulminator is instead of caster Anger, Negate, Dispel, Spell Snare, Surgical. Like this is all pretty obvious. But yeah, he won the MOX with it, so that's probably the best result Grixis ever got. So yeah, got included. Also in 2017 we have, let's go the right way here, Owen Turtonwalk, who got on GP, gotta say right, GP, what is it, San Antonio, Team Unified Modern. He ended up playing Grixis. And yeah, this is just very obviously a Cory Burkhardt inspired list. I know that they run around in similar circles. They're both Channel Fireball people, or both were Channel Fireball people. So yeah, this is just the same kind of list. Counter Squall, Terminate, Kolaghan's Command, Cryptic, Tasigur, Serum Vision, Spell Snare, Ancestral Vision. So definitely, what you can definitely see is a push from the pros towards like this Cryptic Command, Kolaghan's Command deck. But people besides the pros are definitely just doing a lot of stuff. Like we had the Blue Giant deck. There was a Grixis Shadow deck evolving around this time as well. Grixis Delver was a thing, but I'll mention those in different videos. Sideboard, just Molten Range, Surgical. Like this is basically the same sideboard as what Cory ran. So then we get to 2017 still, where we have, well, who would have guessed, Cory Burkhardt again. So yeah, gonna go through this pretty quickly. Fatal Push is now in here as well, so it's a bit less Terminates. There's to Search for a counter in here, which was a thing back then. Like this card is not playable anymore, I don't think. Anyway, back then it was, so here it is. Yeah, Thought Scour, Tasigur, Logic Knot, just a bunch of Delve spells. Apparently 3 is the magic number. 4 Kolaghan's Command, 4 Cryptics, 1 Dismember, 1 Damnation. This is all pretty obvious stuff. Sideboard, we have 1 Liliana's Defeat, destroy target black creature or black planeswalker. Yeah, Liliana of the Veil really did well in Modern for years, so just killing it, dealing 3 damage is really nice. For the rest, Surgical, Dispel, Ceremonious, Collective Brutality, just a anti-burn cards, and the rest, yeah, all pretty obvious. We've seen it a bunch of times by now. Let's see, still in 2000, am I done? No, still in 2017. As I mentioned, people are doing just all sorts of stuff with this deck. So what we're seeing here is a TSP Gendrex list, and I know it's a he, so I'm just gonna call him he. He's playing like this old school Consume the Meek, Think Twice list, and this is a list that got a Modern Challenge 4th place on the 24th of December in 2017, and you can tell Optus here now, so that's probably why he decided to go for a more instant speed based list. So anyway, for Optus, new here, 2 Fatal Push, 2 Lightning Bolt, 2 Think Twice. God, I love Think Twice, I want to cast that card more. 1 Hero's Downfall as well, just destroy target creature or planeswalker, just good. 2 Kolaghan's Command, so definitely cutting down on that. 1 Vendilion Click, 4 Cryptic, and 2 Glimmer of Genius. This end of turn, scry 2, draw 2 cards. You get to see 4 cards, which is just really powerful. Gone are just the Ancestral Visions and the Serum Visions. This is all instant speed all the time. So to Consume the Meek, make it back in, and there's 1 of Torrential Gearhawk and 2 Logic Knots. So yeah, the 1 of Torrential Gearhawk, just a very big beefy dude that just ends the game. Sideboard, we have once again Liliana's Defeat, Disdainful Stroke, Negate, Counter Squall, Rakdos Charm, yeah, blah 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 blah. We've all seen it. Crumble to Dust makes its first appearance. Yeah, this is just another anti-Tron card. And there are 4 slots in the sideboard dedicated to Madcap Experiment and Platinum Empyrean. And I don't want to go in too deep on this, because I'm going to do a video on the blue-red combo decks all on their own. But yeah, this is just the first time that someone did it in a Grixis deck, and it obviously paid off. They did very well. And very good fit in this kind of deck. So then we go to 2018. Let's see. Here we have, come on, no, don't be like that, come on. We have 2018 with Aiden Frisch, is where we start. This is just another of the Cryptic Command, Damnation, Kolaghan's Command, Tasigur, Terminate, Think Twice deck. So it's very similar, just a Search for a counter in here as well. The one big change is though, Jace the Mind Sculptor was legal. So obviously immediately running 3 of them. Yeah, so that's the big innovation here. This is a list from, where did he do well? This is Team Unified Modern on the 15th of April of 2018. And yeah, so they played 3 Jace the Mind Sculptor. They were the first successful list to do it, so very good for them. Sideboard, all just standard stuff. And oh wait, there's a Scarab God in here. Scarab God, just a giant value engine against John, so that's why it's there. Then we go on to the next list, which is a list by, well, who other than Cory Burkhardt again. Yeah, Cory Burkhardt is like the actual Grixis master. So if you ever want to get into building Grixis, just Google him. Although he quit playing Grixis in 2018, so that's a shame, but it is what it is. 2018 gets us, well, Cory Burkhardt's list. This is a list from, let's see, Pro Tour Rivals of Ixalan on the 2nd of February. Yeah, and his list is just one of the top performing decks of the tournament, and you can really recognize it. It's to search for Skanta, Counter Squall, Snapcaster Mage, full Cryptic, 4K Command, PNK, Tessiger, Ball. Like, this is very obviously his work. Oh yeah, 2 Logic Knot as well in there. And I believe like no, just 2 Logic Knot. Let's see, Liliana's defeat in the Cyber Surgical. Like, this is very much just one of his lists. Nothing much changing there, but, well, he did really well, so I feel like I should mention it. Also in 2018, we have Lost Dom in the MOCs, the Magic Online Championships, getting 4th place. So, oh, come on. Show me the deck. Where are the cards? There we go. So yeah, we have once again 4 Ancestral Vision. So what you can see is that like the Channel Fireball guys are really pushing towards the one thing that they're trying to do with like the cryptic commands, but the rest of the field is very just all over the place. So this is once again more of a blue John deck where we have 4 Ancestral Visions, some Serum Visions, Fatal Pushes, Inquisition, Thoughtseize, Lightning Bolt, Dreadbore, 2 Direfleet Daredevil, which is kind of insane to me. But this is really good against John. You just get Thoughtseized, top deck this, Thoughtseize them right back. So yeah, definitely get why it's here. Then we have Snapcaster Mage, Search for Skanta, to negate in the main. Sure, why not? Liliana of the Veil, and a bunch of Jace the Mind Sculptor. So what you're trying to do here is not have too many counter spells. So we have a few of them in the negates, but Liliana of the Veil and counter spells really don't play well together. And you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna draw a ton of cards, make sure nobody has a hand, but I can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, so I kind of need to negate because I have to. But yeah, definitely just low on counter spells in this one. So for the rest, Jace the Mind Sculptor in here, Kolaghan's Command. So the whole Snapcaster Kolaghan's Command thing is going on as well. But yeah, just a John deck that wants to draw a ton of cards. Also 4 Field of Ruin in my John mana base, which is kind of insane that it was necessary. Cyborg, Pitting Needle, Surgical, Dispel, Ceremonious Rejection, Negate, Staticaster, Damnation. 1 Jahenni's Expertise. This just casts Ancestral Vision, that's why it's here. Also free spells, yay. And Keranos and Engineered Explosives. And then we get to 2019, and after 2018, the Grixis decks really died off. I had a ton of trouble finding like 2019, 2020, 21 decks. So this is a 2019 deck. This is AJ Kaiser, who, let's see, got a Modern Challenge top 8 with this. Yeah, first appearance of Force of Negation. For the rest, Drown in the Loch as well. Into the Story is here. Some Tessigus, Torrential Gearhawk. So Into the Story is a card that if the opponent has 7 or more cards in their graveyard, you draw 4 cards. And yeah, I don't think this is very well positioned right now because everybody's playing Euro, but back then they weren't, so yeah. Drown in the Loch as well. This deck really wants to just Thought Scour your opponent and then draw a bunch of cards and do Grixis-y stuff. Also just Kolaghan's Command, Snapcaster Mage, Cryptic Command in there as well. Sideboard, just the same stuff. Cliques, Force of Negation, Kalitas, Engineered Explosive, Brutality, Surgical, Ceremonious Rejection. You need 3 Collective Brutality. You're just not... Like this deck, even despite the 3 Collective Brutality and the Kalitas, still has a bad burn matchup. Like nobody's business. So, Oh, I messed up a small bit. So anyway, this is Aspiring Spikes list, and this is who's a Magic Online user. Also a streamer. Anyway, this is the first time I found someone playing the Into the Story package, so I kind of wanted to show this one off as well, because he, for as far as I know, built this version of the deck, so he got put Into the Story in here. With Drawing of the Lock, Thought Scour, like as far as I know, it's his idea, so kind of wanted to show that off as well. And sideboard, he has Ashiok Dreamrender, which is kind of weird with the whole putting cards in the graveyard thing, but it is what it is. You just need to do the anti-dredge thing. So 3 Alpine Moon in here, Spell Pierce, Plague Engineer makes an appearance. Yeah, so that. And then we go to the last card on the list, or the last deck on the list. This is a 2020 version of Grixis. And yeah, in 2020, Grixis just kind of died off. I mean, the Grixis control decks just kind of died off. The only thing that saved them was, well, Lures. Lures was just a broken card. So yeah, also it revived Burn, it revived Bogles. Basically, if your deck could cast white mana or make white mana or black mana, you're playing Lures. So here we have Lures, which also just makes the deck very, very different. We have Mishra's Bauble in here, 3 of them, just cantrips. Jace as well, Snapcaster Mage. But yeah, gone are the Tessagus. We have 3 Kolaghan's Command, 3 Archmage's Charm as well. Just draw a card. Like, this card is Grixis' dream card. Just when the Grixis player goes to bed, they dream about Archmage's Charm. Just drawing cards, gaining control of permanents, get rid of that stupid Aether Vial, for instance. Yeah, countering spells. This is just everything you ever want to do in a blue deck. Cryptic Command, 4 of them, 2 Logic Knots, and just all hard counters. No more like mana leaks and being like, this might counter, they might have the mana, just counter all your stuff. There's some Drown in the Lock in here. It's just removal and a counter spell all wrapped into one. Let's see, gone are the Thought Scours as well. As I said, the sideboard is also a bit different. We have 3 Goblin Creator Makers here. You do need to destroy non-land permanents, and just getting a creature on the board usually not that bad. We have 3 Cleansing Wildfire in here as well. So yeah, just very efficient anti-Tron package these days. We have 3 Fountain of Renewal. Yeah, gain 1 life. So excuse me. Gain 1 life at the beginning of the upkeep. Yeah, just good enough against Burn, and especially when you're getting to cantrip it with Lures. Just pay 3 mana, draw a card. Pay 3 mana, draw a card. It's just really good. 2 Engineered Explosives in here as well, and 3 Nihil Spellbomb. So that was a long journey through Grixis. I hope people liked it. I hope people can find a way to make Grixis a very relevant deck again in 2021, because it's one of my favorite archetypes to play. So I've played a ton of Grixis decks. I've played Grixis Dragons and stuff, but it's not very successful, so not gonna include it here. Yeah. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. If I missed something, just let me know. I'm totally open to suggestions. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here because my throat is killing me. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.